Hello everybody and welcome back for round 2 of the last chance qualifier for the Guild Ball World Championship here at SteamCon 2018. And in exciting news, the winner of this round will qualify for World Championships. So it's going to be a lockout of the top 2.
So the top 2 will qualify. There were 2 spots for this LCQ because the Italian champion couldn't make it to the event. So as Jamie said, whoever wins this game is guaranteed a spot in that. So when we get to the final, it will be scrapping over that Obulus trophy for the kind of the pride and glory of winning it. But both players will get to play in tomorrow's World Championship. So 16 players tomorrow, 4 rounds. So a nice busy day.
I recommend getting your shopping for snacks and beers and things in today.
Get that out the way in between.
Not have a chance tomorrow.
Get that out the way in the gap between the last game finishing and the keynote starting.
Yeah, you got 2 hours.
So we have Fish versus Morticians, I believe.
Jason versus Jared McGraw.
So in terms of cards,
Jason Mountain.
I have the Fish cards, so Jared's cards. Get back in there as a +3, won't touch the hair as a +3, go for the knees as a +5, fullback as a +5, and lone striker as a +7.
Whilst Jason has dig deep for +2, midfield general for +3, keep your chin up for +4, keep the ball moving for +4, and seize the initiative for a +7. So quite an even spread in the middle.
So both have a 7. Jared's got 2 5s and 2 3s. So we've got a few.
Yeah, so
I think the better spread goes to Jared as the Fish player, and both have the +7, which will probably be super important. So as we go over to the table, we can see the beginnings of some lineups. So we have Corsair, Tentacles, Kraken, Corsair, Tentacles.
Corsair, Tentacles, Kraken, Hag and Jack.
Hag and Jack.
And for Morticians, we have
Scalpel, Dirge, Graves, Vet, Hemlock, Cosset, and it looks like Casket.
And there's a question being asked about Casket.
Conversation going on. Basically, I think the question stems at Fathom, because Fathom is usable in this event. So it's trying to work out, with Fathom being in the, is it 10? 10 models?
12 models.
At the 12.
Fathom's in there. There's a question if you, well, we don't know yet, but there's a question about Fathom and the rough ground aura from...
Yeah, and if Fathom counters that, then you won't take Casket, but if... So his Casket is the last, and then Jared just waiting to pick his last.
Yeah. I'm tempted to go and ask what that query was, because I'm intrigued to know.
We'll take a look and see if we can work it out once I've got the cards up, because I can't look at the cards on this page. I don't.
Sorry, I've got my phone here. I'll just bring it.
Can I get a card up? No, I don't think I can get a card up. So Fathom is the last pick, and Jared will be using Angel's card to track damage, because they have the same amount of.
So Fathom's light-footed. So I guess he's just asking if she, like his aura counts as rough terrain, whether she would ignore it because it's not rough terrain, it counts as.
I think that's what it was.
And I believe Bryce ruled that yes, she would.
So, just to clarify, the teams and the players.
Well, I guess, sorry, as well, the other question could be the heroic play wave runner. If he counts as rough ground, there's no ground and terrain interaction split anymore.
Got you.
So could she heroic to get a 4-inch dodge just for being near me? Do not know what the
rough ground
outcome of that was. If in fact he's picked him, I assume no, she cannot.
Yes.
That Fathom model
might be available in the Black Friday deals on the 23rd of November. Keep your eyes peeled on the Steamforged, I imagine any Facebook page associated to Steamforged, to see the very short Black Friday video, which will show you the first few things that will be available in Black Friday along with the prices. So keep your eyes peeled on Monday, because that might be
something.
Might have something of interest to you in it. So running through the players and the teams super quick. So we have Jared McGraw playing as the Fish, Corsair, Tentacles, Kraken, Hag, Jack and Fathom. And then we have Jason Mountain, Stream Veteran, consistently plays well and then falls at the last hurdle.
Yeah.
Using Morticians. Usually we see him using Union, using Scalpel, Dirge, Graves, Vet, Hemlock, Cosset and Casket.
I like Jack's placement here next to Fathom to bump her forwards immediately into that piece of terrain to enable Wave Runner.
We have a shout out from I think that's pronounced Josili Prandy 1. A love you, Jason, and that is from Clara.
Kiss,
there are
kiss,
now
kiss.
3 kisses on that, so that's serious business.
That's serious business, yeah. No, it's because that person will know that Jason will watch this back and wants to hear that said. So, I've been talking to players in the hall, just asking how their days have been going, and I spoke to, again, Jonathan Mitchell about his game against Jared. And apparently Jared has been setting up quite strongly on one of the flanks in every game with the intention of just hoofing people off the pitch.
Yep.
And he's been doing it to some success, from what I hear. With Hag, with Jack, with all the pushes available in that guild, in this particular build, it's pretty decent.
Yep.
Who has the ball? Corsair, obviously. Jared's getting his excuses in, saying he's not had a lot of sleep, so if he does something stupid, he apologises.
Can relate. Same for me and Jamie, actually.
Yeah.
Didn't get much sleep if we do anything stupid, which we inevitably will.
Yep. So,
quick fire question for Jamie. What are these cards called?
Game plan decks.
Nailed it. First try.
Yeah. Technically, game plan cards.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
That is a well-used dice tray. That is a well-used dice tray.
It's like a Sunday League dice tray.
Yeah. Poorly kept. Have we sacked off the dice tray for this one? Fair enough. Both players choosing to roll the dice where they want to.
That's fine.
And to be fair, it comes up a bit bigger on the screen, so I'm cool with that.
Well, and also we don't tend to do like a huge amount of
dice calling,
like keeping our eye on exactly. We just say what the results were.
Yeah. It's for those critical ones like passes and kicks. That's where it's interesting.
Yeah.
Dirge there, out on the wing to recover the ball with Cosset nearby to benefit from assist and get over here, Dirge.
You've got a shout out of Jamie is awesome, which seems unfounded, but okay.
They obviously mean Perkins.
I'm assuming they mean Perkins.
They've got the wrong Jamie. Punch on mic in frustration there, sorry.
Yeah.
Players shake hands. That was a strong handshake from Jared there.
I reckon there was a glare.
Yeah. Like a
glare in a duck face.
Okay. I'd say like kind of like a Clint Eastwood walking in glare.
Good luck, sir. Like other hand behind back, fingers crossed. Good luck.
Quick draw a gun out.
Too far. As we said,
that
didn't get much sleep.
That's not because he's American. Right? He wouldn't have got it through security. Don't take that the wrong way. That was a continuation from the Clint Eastwood cowboy joke. Sorry if anyone's offended.
All the best jokes are the ones you have to explain.
Yeah, well, yeah, I just didn't want to risk it. There's a lot of guns out in the world.
Saved. Okay, so Corsair kicking off.
Yeah. Message from chat there saying it's interesting how many people just deploy in a mirror when a team does that. Yeah. Jason didn't fall for it. Well, yes, inverted commas, fall for it.
Yeah.
It's very easy to be dragged over into that through the number of drags in guild and just the general flow of play. If your momentum is over there to be generated, that's where you're going to end up.
I love how clean people's table edges start off.
Oh,
and then they descend into madness. So that was a kick of a 6 to the 2.
Yep.
Just over the line. Because that's something that would really undo this if the ball was just to be placed on anybody Jason likes.
Yeah.
And
we are off.
Off.
In what in their minds must be the final. Because if they make it,
yeah,
they're into
ultimately,
Worlds.
everyone in this competition will be looking to just get a place in Worlds, and then a trophy is kind
a big
of
bonus. Like
the icing on the cake, so to speak. But something that we've generally seen with Scalpel in Season 4 games, from what I can gather, is she tends to start off really strong. Like you're going to see, Corsair's going to tend to want to bubble up.
Yep.
And if there's one model that's very good at undoing that, your two options, Scalpel and Stave, they're your two that are really good at unpicking a bubble.
Like it's kind of risky for Jared to be wanting to play this game of hoofing people off, because Scalpel can really easily push them on 4 inches.
Yeah,
like her push ability is just as good as theirs is.
Yeah.
So
I'm intrigued to see how it goes, but I think the general opinion is that the Scalpel will start off very strong, but as soon as the enemy kind of advance on her position, she can kind of struggle with the decision making to kind of keep control of a situation. So we'll see how this goes. But
yeah, could you bring up Casket's card? I'm intrigued to see the rough ground wording.
I can. So the wording on that is
enemy models
treat
I'm glad that's
aura
changed.
as rough terrain.
Yeah, that's a good one. It means you don't forget your own penalties, which is, I think for the most part, they've all been taken out of Guild Ball, is that you can't forget something that is bad for you.
Yeah. So that was Dirge going and grabbing the ball, and a pass to Graves, I think, maybe?
Cosset.
Is that Cosset?
And this was a ramming speed, or the equivalent from Jack. Forgotten what it's been called. It's not
battering ram.
Battering ram. That's not ramming speed. Just here, bumping the team forwards up. Kind of the millstone opener from
just get some
Farmers.
Extra free movement.
Yep. I mean, Jack's a fast player, good for a brawler, and be able to just run around and push the team 8 inches forwards. I kind of like the fact, like from a mental standpoint, like he's just running behind people going, go, 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 go.
Yeah, kind of like the
coach, like whipping him into shape.
The cavalry lined up at the start, and the one on the horse going back, just whipping the back of all the horses, getting them going. Yeah. And
the fact he's naturally speed 8 with a sprint means he can get right back up into the fight very quickly. So Jason here measuring out the
range of the drags and
the hag, the drag, the legendary. What's the max you can do? Probably too much if you throw everything into it. So Hemlock's activating, hurts herself.
Takes 3 damage to Midnight Offering Cosset.
Very nice. I like it. Just watch out for. There's no momentum in. They kicked, so they start with the momentum. Season 4, so Fathom will have the option for a 4-inch dodge if they start within 2 inches, right?
I think it's an inch.
An inch.
Yeah.
It's a real nice.
Real nice.
Real nice opener with Fathom. That if you kick off, you have a momentum.
Yeah.
And you have Wave Run as an option to
just go and
increase your threat massively. Still got 2-inch melee, which is good. Non-momentous tackle on 2, but you keep your guild rule for precise calculations. Attack 4 and a charge, 8 dice being re-rolled. That's pretty likely to hit the tackle double dodge on 4.
So being ultra critical, I'm not sure if that movement from Cosset being where she is was entirely legal, because I'm pretty sure going in a straight line from where that proxy base was marked, that will clip the model of the base of the model next to her, but
of Veteran Hemlock.
That was currently next to Cosset at the time that was done. Shouldn't imagine it will be a game-breaking one.
No, I don't think so either.
And then
if
Hemlock just taking a little scurry around behind.
From what I know from Jared as well, if he sees something, he calls it.
Yep.
He doesn't stand for sloppy play.
It's the thing when you've got kind of a thing your team does notably well, it's very hard to mask it. It's like, I'm going to drag you in and beat you up. It's like, well, I'm just not going to let you do that.
Yeah. as much as possible. So here we see Hag just bumping everybody forwards a little bit. Fathom moving nicely up the pitch. There's all the vicious reels coming in.
So the first one was with Talisman, I believe.
Yep, it was on Fathom. She took her Shadow-like, she pushed Fathom forwards, put with Talisman, spent an influence
Putting
to push.
Fathom within an inch of that piece of terrain.
Yeah.
See what I mean about those bases from those straight lines?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that one was just a moving
That's
to have line of sight on Scalpel for a tooled up.
Yeah.
I'm back in the room.
Okay. Interesting. I think the tooled up on Scalpel there is more of a deterrent
Yep.
than an actual usage. Yes, he's got last activation. It might just be to get a 3/2 damage Spirit
Goal
Bomb.
run from Fathom here.
Yeah, you
That's
like a
what
stack
I
of
would
what?
do.
4.
That's what I would do.
Wave runner 4 inches. Charge, tackle, double dodge. Costa is a 4-0,
I
right?
believe so. Yep.
Yeah, so with 8 dice and a reroll, you're hitting that tackle, double dodge.
Yep.
8-inch kick from Fathom,
Yep.
which is
2 dice,
effective,
8-inch
4
kick.
dice. So this is a pretty easy goal for Fathom here. And that sets off the engagement really well.
Yeah, and that, I'm assuming that the tooled up from Scalpel will then be right. Well, I'll go and kill Fathom then.
Yeah.
And then I'll take the initiative going into the next turn, dependent on how much momentum Corsair can get after dragging Scalpel in. I imagine is what that's going to turn into. Oh, lasers. Pew, pew, pew.
Thinking about it. Just do it. It's 4 points.
I'd take it. Extra influence. Is it still the most forgotten rule in Guild Ball that you get an influence when you extra influence when you score a goal? Do you still get an influence when you
Yes,
score
you
a
do.
goal?
Yeah. So acrobaticking and then declaring a charge. I think this is just, he's not using the wave runner ability because he just wants that momentum in case he can only get the
tackle.
Non-momentous tackle.
Okay, so judging on like Jason's response, he's kind of aware there's not a huge amount he can do about this.
It's just the intention's there, and I think you've got the movement to do it, so that's fine.
Yep.
Unpainted figures are allowed. You aren't allowed the
as long as they are the single color
resins
or the
PVCs, but not
so
unpainted metal.
Momentous tackle double dodge is achieved after the reroll.
Very nice.
So 2 momentum. Probably going to just try and sit tight and bonus time
in the shot on goal. Goes down to 1, but back up to 2 with rerolls. That's quite an interesting thing that Jared said there. So he can reroll for a screamer. So the one he missed, he can reroll.
Reroll that, and if it's a 6, then I can reroll the other one to see if that's a 6.
Yeah, because there is no timing sequence on dice reroll.
Yeah. So I believe chat is correct. Is that in the LCQ unpainted model of the PVCs and resins single color stuff is fine, but Worlds it has to be fully painted. So if Jared gets through and then wants to use Fathom in the Worlds as well, then he's got some painting to do tonight.
And guess what? Those few hours between now and the keynote, and then after the keynote, will be spent doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was one of Bots' issues last year was that he won with his PVC farmers, and then was like, oh god, I need to get some painted farmers.
Yep.
I think he just borrowed somebody at the cons. So Casca here retrieving the ball. Very strong start from Jared. Good turn 1. So players, they're saying
I'm going to move up.
Casket moves up to where that is, move forward an inch and back an inch, doesn't need to move it any further, and then still has 1 more inch to go. So both players agree. Unsnaps the ball, giving it to Scalpel. He says he just wants to double check the range. And leaves the ball loose. Snaps it to Graves. Graves has activated. Tentacles. Looking here at a blind, maybe? I think blind had such a long range. Maybe just staying out of range.
So this is Scalpel going in on Fathom as
expected. I mean, the thing is, you kill Fathom and then you second wind away.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get hit by... Well, I expect you're not going to get hit by
2 damage on Fathom. Takes the 2-inch push.
Momentous 3 damage.
I assume this is just going to be a setup for a casket time at the top of next turn rather than a takeout.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes the most sense. And you also rob them of their probably their best ball player for 2 turns. Jason here measuring out the threats.
Pushes Cosset with that voodoo strings.
Yep. 2 damage, no momentous. Has generated a point of momentum though, so the free second wind is available. Or the 1 momentum second
Well, I'm
wind.
assuming that 2 was momentous.
Yes, I mean, sorry, 1 momentum has been generated so far.
I think there was a momentum on the first.
Is she tooled up?
She is tooled up, you are correct. Takes a momentous 3, so that is the momentous 2 result on the third column up to 3 because of tooled up.
Yep.
He's spending another. So this one, unless the dodge is taken, this one's the one I'm not so sure about. Okay, nothing on that one.
Last one.
So this one would be the dodge for me.
1 hit. Takes a single dodge. And spend that momentum for second wind. Yeah.
Second wind, staying in melee zone.
Yep, keep it nice and safe. No
so second wind is now a 4-inch dodge, so
yes, yeah,
doesn't no parting blow.
Yeah. Jared asking how Jason's tracking momentum. Jason saying I've got 2 momentum. Each dice is a momentum.
Jared, bonus time. I just grab a dice.
Yeah. Jared is tracking his on his handy dandy momentum tracker, aka a whiteboard.
Nice.
Oh man, those of you who watched,
we just managed to navigate an entire moderately complicated activation while having some idea of what was going on.
Yeah, we've watched.
We're learning. Game 5, we're finally learning.
Yep. Yeah, this is our game 6.
Oops.
After 5 games.
After 5 games, yeah. Yep.
So it looks like here we're looking just to drag Dirge in just to punch him around a little bit, get some momentum.
But having to be careful on the momentum and not kill him, I guess.
Yeah.
And lose him a bit.
The Morticians have a lot of reposition, but they've used all their tricks. While I mean, if he doesn't kill the bird now, the bird can still get out of there with the get over here dodge. Yeah. Because even if he's like squawking around, rolling on the floor, he still gets dragged along.
Moves up, drags bird in.
Yep. Was that a roll for the bird?
Sorry?
Was that a roll to drag the bird in then?
I'm not sure.
I wasn't looking at the screen.
There must have been at some point.
And there's a legendary play, but it seems bad for that.
I don't know at this point. Like
Yeah, he's only spending...
Because you've got the 6-inch aura of taken out and getting
coup de grace.
3 MP.
It's good.
So you could get a huge advantage on the MP. And with Fathom being left alive, Fathom can go and score again and then die.
1 damage push. Knocks down the bird. I don't think you'll get Dirge though. That's the problem.
Now 4's and nothing.
4's though might now. 6 health left. Yeah, now it's possible. 2 left.
Yeah, good play. Get up on momentum. You know you have a 7, so as you know, as long as you go into the next turn up on momentum, you win it and get initiative.
Takes a momentous double push, not going for the kill. Only got 2 momentum for Jared. Out of all that. And if you can click on Cossett's card for me, just double check it is get over here, Dirge. No.
No.
I was wrong.
But I wonder if Cosset might look for a lure.
Oh, it's tag along. That's how.
I wonder if Cosset might look for a lure on Corsair. Ruin everything by making him be in miles ahead of everyone else. Then have.
Yep. Nope.
No, Cosset going for Fathom now.
Still furious though.
And I think she might be.
She's got back to the Shadows, right? Yeah, that's good.
Well, I think she's charging to get a momentum, and then I would go for the lure on Corsair. I think, maybe.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, he's got 2 momentum, but yeah, charge, generate your 3/1, get 2 damage, throw that on.
Well, I just take a momentous that isn't a damage result.
Well, you get back to the Shadows if you damage.
Does take the momentous too. So
Takes her
Fathom
out.
goes
So
down.
that's Mortician's on 2 points. 4-2. Goes for that lure on Corsair. Look at us calling the shots. Look at you calling this one.
I almost know
Just
what I'm
goes
talking about. And then Corsair taking 4-inch Jod.
And Jason asking, are you happy that's directly towards? Jared asking for the laser. Zoop. Oh, come on. Jason says he should have measured that. And he says that was poor. Okay. They're just redacting that 4-inch dodge. And Jared's like, it's cool. You know, you've done what you can to measure it, and I agree that is fair.
Yep. So 4 momentum.
4-2. Jason.
And more importantly, control of the ball. But Jason has to play a big card here, because with Corsair where he is, he cannot now risk Jared going first.
The problem is his big card, Season Initiative, gives him a 4-inch dodge.
Right.
So the other option is something like keep your chin up.
So I think if I'm Jared, I perhaps go for won't touch the hair and give Corsair poised.
He's not squaddy, sadly.
Oh, it is squaddy.
Lone Striker's decent.
Don't know if I want to play that when I'm 2 down.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I like fish live or die by going first, generally. So Cracker now going in to see if we can even up the momentum stakes.
Yeah, I guess we'll see this now. Nothing?
Nothing coming out from Kraken there. A big whiff.
Oh,
and a double big
okay,
whiff.
So I think I still play keep your chin up if I am Jason. 10 minutes each on round 1.
Yep.
And Jason asking, do you mind if we just drink some water between the rounds? And like, Jared, more than happy to oblige. The faces on Jason's blue token there is Mr. Pat Van Value of Strictly the Worst.
And it doesn't look like it's got the proper tash on the go.
Not fully developed, I think, there, yeah.
No, it's still in its infancy. So card down from Jared. I'm looking through. So what's the momentum stakes? 4 to
2 still.
4 to 2. Maybe get back in there. Get Fathom up there real quick with that fast ground.
For that fast ground. Keep your chin up was played. Yes. What did you play?
Won't touch the hair.
Won't touch the hair. What's that?
Gets poised. So I called it,
Yeah,
but
we both called it.
I don't know why.
And
he did.
he made the exact same mistake. So Jared just like, I'll put poised on Corsair, and Jason went, that he can't. He's not a squaddy. Oh, look at us calling it.
It's like we know what's going on.
Quick, I'm going to write down like 8 numbers.
Yep.
Tonight's lotto.
Yep. Okay, so initiative does indeed go to Jason. May have improved at having some idea of how the game works, but words have got harder.
There you go.
Is that your numbers?
Tonight's not lotto numbers will be
2, 5, 17, 23, 38, and what are they called? Like
the bonus balls.
Bonus balls, 15 and 12.
Yeah. Interesting.
So if you want to go and win the lottery, because Jamie will not go and buy a ticket, feel free to take his numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not looking too great for Jared at this point.
Three on Casket, 6 on Scalpel, 2 on Graves, 1 on Hemlock, none on Cosset, but it's Furious, so effective 2.
But it does mean that the lure is off the board, which is an interesting choice.
Yep. So Fathom here, measuring out how far Scalpel can go in her activation to just not kill Fathom again, but for Fathom to threaten potentially.
Well, he knows the fear with the lure in of Corsair at the end of that last turn is still got the momentum for the counter attack. Sturdy.
Sturdy keeps them reasonably safe.
Plenty of 2-inch pushes.
Yeah. Yes.
I'd still think it's probably going to be Scalpel going into Corsair and drag Corsair further in, but
yeah, drag him into the death pit, tool up, Casket, and start punching.
Yeah. So Fathom coming back.
I think Fathom might. No, just outside of 12. As I say, I wonder if he leaves it there as bait to send.
Well, I'm interested that he didn't go a little bit closer to that terrain piece.
He's got acrobatic. I know it's more efficient to go all the way. Jared saying, this is unusual. What am I doing?
So, gets the goal influence, and the card gives an additional influence also. So, 2 influence up on his influence pool from last turn.
Good.
Not particularly likely that any of his models will go down before then, so it can be quite liberal with where the influence goes.
Yeah, and it's nice to throw it like this free influence, 1 onto Tentacles to either just sprint up, get that melee zone in there, or jog blind. Yep. 1 onto Hag for double Fisher's Reel, and Jack can wander up in his own time. I believe his Trident Tested changed quite significantly from what I remember.
Models within the pulsar for a 2-inch fish,
so
that used to be
as well.
A 4, right?
Used to be 3-inch aura, you get push 4 inches, yeah.
And enemies.
And it was on the enemies, but now it's friendly as well.
Right. So, like the combination of Jack and Hag, really.
Yeah. You can mess about a lot, but with Battering Ram as well and Jack affecting both friendlies, those two just let your team do so much.
Yeah.
Then they should.
So some templates going down for checking. So Scalpel walking up to where that first proxy base is that you can see. Base to base with Corsair.
Yep.
And this is going to be, I'm assuming, a start to nudge Corsair backwards, making sure just outside of just outside of Kraken's melee zone.
So Jared there, clock got passed over to him, so we could
make a decision whether he wants to counter or not. He doesn't want to do it yet. You want to wait until the base to base is broken.
Yeah. The problem is,
because at that point you've got the 1-inch push on the 1, and then you're kind of a lot happier with.
The thing with Spirit Bomb is you could just throw it, hit Dirge, it triggers, and then is it damaged by the playbook for Voodoo Strings?
When it damages an enemy model, or more with playbook damage result.
So it has to be an enemy. So you could throw it, hit Kraken, And pull Corsair back
But it's
in.
not a playbook damage result.
Oh, playbook damage.
It has to be a playbook damage result, so Spirit Bomb doesn't work for that. Doesn't want to go further than an inch away with the push.
Yep. Oh, big rolls. Just looking for threes because of anatomical.
Yep.
So the same again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Full playbook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you reckon the 3 damage?
I think it's the 3 damage because I think Jared's marked 4 so far.
Yep. Yeah, another 2 after 2 to 5.
So 12 sitting on Corsair now. Corsair's box bound.
Casket coming in. Extra melee zone, do you reckon? He's not added an extra dice. Oh, yeah, he did.
So I think he's now
looking
at
to
voodoo
protect.
stringsing the ball carrier.
Yeah. So he's made the hit. He's now checking if he wants to voodoo strings Graves away from Fathom.
Yeah. I've just had someone in the chat saying Scalpel isn't killing Corsair. The plan isn't to kill Scalpel with Corsair with Scalpel. The plan is to set Casket up to Casket time him, and that really does put Jared in a tough position where the game, his kind of foothold in the game is riding entirely on Fathom at that point.
Guys in chat are saying he's rolling really well. He's missing 2 of 8 on 3 ups. It's slightly above, but it's not huge. Like
the anatomical is coming in big here with the 0 armor does make a big difference.
To do what he needs to do, he needs to hit 5 of 8, which is bang on average. Like this is a well thought out activation so far.
Yeah.
He is continuing to roll well though, even though I just said that.
Another 2. Corsair on 8.
Cossack coming forwards a little bit. Interesting. A last one.
A lot of composure shown from Jared to not fling a counter attack in here.
Yeah.
Just like a panicky counter attack.
Another
so
momentous
6 health
2.
sitting on Corsair.
And pushing. So what I quite like the plan here to be is you use your heroic play, throw a Spirit Bomb over there, bonus time the Spirit Bomb onto Kraken and push him another 2 inches.
Yep.
And then it just forces the activations from Hag and Jack to try and boost Kraken's speed back up. He's got 2 or 3 on him, I can't tell from the stacked up numbers there. And he leaves it at that. He just doesn't choose to do the heroic play.
I think I'd go for the goal run with Corsair. Buys an attack on Casket.
No reaction there from Jason. Oh, wasted attack. Goes again.
Not going well.
Oh, he's got a knockdown. No. 1 damage push, but the 1 damage is ignored by Tough Hide.
Yep.
I mean, the thing is, Corsair's got his movement still, so he just runs 6 away, right? At the end of this.
I think he goes and gets the ball, tries to score again before he goes down. That's what I'd go for.
So,
we know
countering.
We know that Jason has the... Not Jason. We know that Jared has the card for the extra 2-inch movement when coming back on.
Yeah,
so I don't think it's as crippling as it could be if Corsair comes over on the top side of the pitch and uses that fast ground and that card to get in there quicker if need be.
It seems like we're looking at it. He's got a native 4-8 kick, so doesn't require a legendary.
Yep.
Going for Rough Seas. 2 dice. It's going to bonus time
that for the 3.
3 dice, looking for a 4. I like this plan. I really like this plan. And he gets it.
With reckless abandon, and he's got Fathom sitting over there, which forces, like, there's no real safe place for that ball to go. Not a drag. So Jason confused about Rough Seas. Rough Seas being the one where Corsair just takes the ball off you as opposed to the drag. So going for the...
And then wants to do the walk. Don't forget the rough ground aura. So he's effectively down to 2 inches of
I
movement.
think he's just trying to work out if he can get a position where the ball path doesn't mean that he loses additional dice.
Yeah, I mean,
And just
that
bumbles
looks
up.
really good. Go for that big 4-8 kick. I think he needs to
Goes
be a
for
little
the
bit
shot.
closer forwards, to be
Full
honest.
dice.
Looks like a bit of a gap, but he can make it. Scores.
Does.
8-2.
And does take the dodge.
Let's dodge 4 inches back to the friends. Nice play from Jared
Yeah,
there.
really nice.
Looking really good.
Yep.
Jason really needs to keep his calm.
I'm assuming Jason, I am not an overly competent player of Guild Ball, and it's fairly obvious when you have a model like Corsair that you drag in that close to someone that's sitting on the ball that he is going to be capable of scoring.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine Jason didn't see it. I think the biggest thing here is what can Jason do with the ball to get it away from Fathom, because Fathom is the risk of losing the game at this point.
Yeah.
Corsair's still going to go down to Casket. Like, that's still going to happen. That is still a thing that is going to happen, and I don't think Hag can really undo that happening.
I don't know. I think you can pull.
Because Casket's the activation now, and on 6
Yeah.
health, I'm pretty sure Casket can get Corsair
Because that
gone.
means he needs to do 3 damage with each swing.
Yeah, which is pretty high up.
He needs the tool up from not from
Is
rage.
the step in the middle. Yeah, yeah.
Graves. And during that step, you've got Kraken to come in and rack up Graves, or you've got Hag to sprint,
and you don't
legendary
have the lure.
and
Don't have the
everyone
lure
around.
to drag back in, unless that 2 influence sitting. So there's 2 influence sitting in the middle.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
Who
on
was
Graves.
that on?
That's on Graves.
That was on Graves, who was the ball carrier at that point, right?
Snaps the ball back. Passes to Hemlock. Yeah, he's a kick 3. I like this. Now you can dodge Hemlock back.
Yeah.
Keep the ball nice and safe.
Kind of all the players that are up at the top side of that pitch, but there's only one that's a threat on that ball.
The thing is, Fathom, you inverted commas waste her influence. At the end of the turn, you just get up into that next bit of terrain, and you sit there happy, being like, "I'm just gonna be the biggest threat
So
to
the
your
pass
goal."
was successful.
Tools up.
Tools
and that's
up.
it.
Casket, as expected.
Yep. So what's the play now? Hag or Kraken does some work on someone?
In my opinion, it has to be Hag, but
Yeah. You have to get Corsair away from just job
the
range.
alternative option would be go with Kraken, get some momentum, probably off Scalpel,
just heal up.
and heal up Corsair.
Yeah. I think both options are going through Jared's head.
Yeah.
So I think we're looking at the potential threat of Casket, 8-inch threat, which is not because of a midnight offering.
Yeah. So I'm assuming.
But Hag is going here.
To answer chat's questions, it entirely depends on what Jared gives Jason from this point out, because I think if Jared rushes, that sends Fathom in to get a better position and makes the mistake of leaving Fathom open to being taken out again, while Jason still has possession of the ball. Yeah. No, you don't put her in the box. I still think the plan is get Casket in the box. But
get
at this
Casket
point,
in the box.
You know,
that's an interesting.
Get Corsair in the box.
Yeah.
But I think as soon as Corsair goes in the box, you've got Jason sitting on 6, so he needs one takeout while he still has the ball to assume he closes the game out.
Yeah.
But it is entirely in Jared's control with his position at the moment as to where those 2 points come from.
Yeah.
The only place I can see those coming from is if he rushes into getting Fathom into a better position.
Jared's a good enough player.
Gets her annihilated by Scalpel.
Jared's a good enough player to not commit.
But I can't realistically see that happening.
Word from chat, Henry K has made it into the final, so he will be taking place in the World Championship.
So Hag taking some damage there to
legendary.
For her legendary. And I believe it was 4 she took, so she's moving 4 things around.
And this must be a bit of a vindication for Henry K, because he was meant to be in last year's World Championship final, but was unable to get a passport sorted in time, so could not make it over to America.
I remember that.
I believe that's how JJ got in.
Can't remember off the
Can't
top
quite
of my
remember.
head.
But yeah, so this must feel good for Henry, being in his World Championship
Moves Dirge
final.
into the middle of that danger zone, and then Hag buying an attack.
Oh, what's her playbook like?
She's got 2 damage on the 3.
A momentous vicious reel.
Yeah.
4 hits.
4 is enough. Takes a momentous double dodge.
Just to
getting a bit
jump
more
back
momentum.
a little bit. Oh, Charles Nurse. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one.
So Dirge goes, stands up and heals himself.
Yeah. The heal here, good. It's taken away the option of the kill so easily.
Yeah, means you've got to put a lot into it.
I mean,
actually, I think it just flat out takes away the option of the kill. Now it's not 5s.
Kraken. It's 5s now, yeah.
So
1 damage from Kraken. Oh no, that's from Tentacles. Sorry.
Was that Tentacles? Was it?
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah, all those extra dice because of the 3 crowd outs.
Yeah. Ah, and Nurser is the Irish champion this year.
What are you painting? Jenna. No, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that one. What are you painting?
And it looks like we're planning on a. So that was a
Midnight Offering.
Remove conditions from.
And I believe taking some damage in Midnight Offering.
Jared saying he phased out for a second and he didn't know what was going on.
Yep.
And he's like, I hurt myself at Midnight Offering. And Jason here deciding what to do with the ball.
So I think the reason that he is umming and ahhing over this is because he knows the only way that he gets his casket time off or even gets an attempt at it is if he does a pass to casket. If the ball is left on Scalpel, that isn't happening this turn, which just means he's kind of missed the opportunity to get Corsair in the box. And I find very often when you kind of tunnel vision in on casket time and don't take a kill when you can take a kill and then they get out of it, your whole activation kind of falls apart a bit.
Yes, it is, yeah.
And I am really worried about where Fathom's sitting right now.
So this is a Jack
so this
coming
is this Kraken. Is this Kraken or Jack?
I believe it's Kraken. Jack moved up to get the extra. Five momentum to 2 is the score. Wow, that's a roll and a half from Kraken. Non-momentous 2 and a momentous double push. So 5-3 is the momentum score now.
So he does need to be aware of the Dirge Dark Doubts.
So at -2. You actually you still end up because of coup de grace.
Yeah.
Spends 2 to heal Corsair.
So that makes Corsair pretty safe. The name in the chat that I couldn't pronounce who is what. So can you attempt to break down how you? So it's a German word.
Which one?
So it's this So they're painting some rat catchers, which was the question I asked. But I'm trying to work out how to pronounce this. And I initially assumed it was a name, but apparently it's a German word.
I can't see it right from there.
So it's Genashtas. Did he get it right? Let us know if he got it right. And I hope it's not a swear.
Ganache. Oh well. So Fathom looking to come in. Casket has gone and just dumped his influence.
You nailed it. Good job.
What?
You got it right.
Did I?
Nailed it.
Ganache.
Why is the camera on us?
Oh, because I threatened to eat some chips, and Ronan was like, "I'll show the world what you're doing."
We've had food delivered.
Meager portion.
We can't eat until these two finish. So I was finally
Jared.
looking forward to having some hot food, and it's going to be cold by the time we get to eat it, I imagine. Thank you, Mr. Dooley, for delivering us some food. Everyone else gets scheduled breaks. Not so much us when we have no idea how long a round is going to last, and the schedule's pretty tightly packed.
Gnashen. So is Gnashen like to have nibbled?
Because a ganache that's a French word for some sort of bacon. Like it's almost like a moussey thing that you put in pastry, I think is a French word for ganache, but I could be wrong. It may be a German word, but I still mean the same thing. I can barely speak English. I probably shouldn't try.
So this is Fathom's activation, by the way, just coming in here, just hitting costs to generate momentum.
Yep.
And Jared having to just double check Fathom's card frequently.
Everyone now knows Jared's passcode.
Yeah. Probably also his pin.
We'll let Jared know if we remember after this to change the passcode on his phone, because everyone on the internet now knows it.
Guest hosts was something we were considering for this SteamCon until you confirmed that you could do it, Alex. And who knows, maybe next year we'll need to get some.
Yeah. Next year you can have a commentary partner that knows what they're talking about, maybe.
But they'll know more than me. Ganache, Alex.
Yeah, ganache. That's the one I'm talking about.
Not Ganashen.
I didn't say ganache. I just said, like, is it like based on that word? Because it was like the nibbling and the food and the. I don't know. There's food there. People are saying nibble. I can't nibble on the food. Life is hard.
Yeah. JJ last year was good fun. I agree, chat. He has offered today to come on, but.
So they go into the next turn.
You know. What card do you play? You are up. So I'm Jason. I'm up on two momentum. I think I play Seize the Initiative and
Jason up on momentum?
Yeah, he's got 5. Jared has 2.
Go for the knees. I think I go for the knees.
I think
go for the knees on Fathom.
Which ones go for the knees?
+1 tack.
Ooh, nice. Any momentum or any influence?
Nope.
Neutral. So I'm thinking Seize the Initiative. Although actually I don't like that now, because you look at Fathom and Fathom just gets a free 4-inch dodge. Potentially midfield general, or keep the ball moving for +1 kick to make that kick more reliable from Scalpel. So it sounds like he's planning in Seize the Initiative. He's on a +3. Card's gone down. Called it. Lone Striker. He's gone for the big 7. And they roll. Big 6. Oh, and a 6. Roll again. They shake hands. Oh, they fist bump or some weird thing. They recover it. A 6. So
that dice is a
middle finger. And he gets it again.
It's a middle finger that has landed. So it's a middle
pointing
finger
at Jared.
Sticking up, and they are both facing straight at Jared.
That's perfect.
Just to clarify, that handshake was not a good game. That was just players having a good laugh.
Yeah.
Big fan. That was really good.
Yeah.
But Mountain does take it.
Okay. So Jason does win.
So I'm assuming Jason's going to decide to go first.
So Lone Strike is only if your team has the initiative. So if Jason chooses to go first, then he's got the freedom to.
Yep.
Bryce has come over because there's too much laughter on the top table of a serious tournament. They can't be having this much fun when there's this much on the line. The clock is paused. That is good news. Yeah, so
if it was something was nibbled.
So looping all the way back to the Ganesh.
Yeah, we're there.
Ganashian
We're back.
thing.
We're back.
It is a past tense, putting a GE at the front. I thought so. Bryce leaves because it's not.
It's not fun. No, it's not. So wait, there's nothing to do with the rules here. Okay, I'm going.
Yeah. They're still discussing it. All right. And the clock is ticking. We're off. So 6 on Scalpel, 2 on Cosset, 2 on to Veteran Hemlock. Surely 1 goes on Graves. Then you need someone to casket for the casket time. So 1 to Graves. None on casket.
No, I don't think it's. I don't think it's worth it at this point.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I quite like leaving 1 on him just in case. And if nothing else, do you still have Ghostly Visage?
Yes.
That's still worth it for 1. If it's still 1.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, your Ghostly Visage isn't that useful because you get dragged out of it.
Yeah. Wacka, 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 wacka.
Scalpel passes. 4 dice because of the card. Nails it. Takes a 4-inch bounce.
So Scalpel taking the 4-inch dodge forward. Going to go and get rid of a Fathom.
I think that's why there's only been 1 influence allocated there.
Yep.
Going in base to base. I mean, Fathom really struggles to get the dodge on a counter attack here, and is impossible to hit the double dodge without a bonus time.
We'll just get to re-roll. So
yeah, but with 1 point of armor.
Yeah, I mean with the 5 having a re-roll makes it more likely.
Yes,
but
still struggling.
Yeah. I'm sure it's worth it to save 2 VPs and 1 influence, if I'm honest, when you're getting a whole Scalpel activation out the way with it.
Yeah. Interesting that that Cosset's being brought over this way. Wow.
Takes the knockdown. So spike there. 8 damage remaining on
wow, and there
Fathom.
You go. There's the 1 damage. Last one. No momentum by the looks of it.
Fathom is going to survive this. And just taking Momentous 2, leaving Fathom on 5. And now the Voodoo Strings movement. So the movement of Cosset there was a Voodoo Strings movement for those curious as to what on earth is going on.
Leaves her there. I think that's the right decision. I was worried there that Jason was going to push her.
Just make her life too easy. Push her out. And
push her out. She acrobatics.
Now I can just either acrobatics or hit you once and dodge out. 2-inch melee.
I think her plan here is to acrobatics.
Does acrobatics out.
Oh, she's knocked down. She's knocked down. She's knocked down. She's knocked down.
Still knocked down.
She's knocked down. Unless Jared spent that 1 momentum to clear, I guess. He's wiped it off his board. We might just not have heard it.
Yeah. I think it was acrobatics, clear the knockdown and move round to there.
Yeah. It's probably when you don't clear your tokens away. Confuses us. Three dice for the card. Card showing its worth. Nice. Spends 2 to midnight offering Cosset. I'd go the other side of the. So just midnight offering onto Cossack there to
keep the ball over there.
And the threat there was to move it away from
the pack.
Yeah.
Fathoms activated. That's now a safe land. Now looking at this pizza, trying to work out what it is.
Vegetarian, apparently.
So it's just got leaves in it.
Underneath the cheese, there is tomato and herbs.
Interesting. Smells good. Thanks, Ronan. I nearly had a little nibble, and then I looked up and saw that the camera was on me. It smells good, though. What you got? What's yours? Meat.
Something. I wasn't sure it's the camera. Some sort of pepperoni, meat.
Pepperoni, oniony stuff.
Ham. It's mine.
Looks alright.
Huh?
Looks alright.
Yeah, I'm unsure if I'm actually going to have that. I really want these chips, but they're a little.
They're getting a bit cold.
Bone cold.
Well,
throw that away, Ronan.
Ronan's having a... Are they cold?
They are very cold.
They're very cold.
I expect our pizzas are getting there.
Are they getting there?
Yeah.
Come on, Jared. Close it out. So this was...
this is Kraken.
Hook in, casket in.
Yep. Graves activating, sprinting over maybe.
Yep.
And Hag activates.
So much potential momentum sitting up there. So much influence sitting over there.
I mean, that's the. I guess the one thing Jason's done here is he has not activated Casket soon enough to get him away from the drag.
Yep. So that was a battering ram, which saw Dirge get nudged over into that group. Yep. Also nudging Tentacles out. Battering ram seems really fun.
It is really good. It was originally just an iron tech piece, but has moved into Fisherman, and also Stave has it as well.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Colossus still have that? Colossus used to have something similar.
I think so. There was the ramming speed, which quite a few people had.
Yeah, I just wondered because that's what he used to have. So I wondered if everybody that used to have ramming speed now has battering ram instead. I'm fairly certain Colossus used to have ramming speed, but I could be wrong. So that was Jack bumping everybody around, and now I believe an attack on the bird. It just takes the push. So he's basically just used the bird the entire game for the momentum generation.
Let the bird die.
Another spent and completely clearing the bird.
The thing is, I don't think Jared cares about killing the bird.
No, he's just keeping him there for the momentum.
Yeah. So just a question there about line of sight.
Yep. So Hag moving over there.
Hag moves up.
To get the line of sight through to Corsair, so that Corsair can be Fisher's reeled up over to be... Because he obviously has to be aware of the rough ground aura that Casket has. Yeah. And then buys an attack on Dirge with Hag.
Gets the one, just one damage. See, I'd be very happy to have let Dirge die by now. Like for these attacks where he doesn't get some momentum and tech.
I think Jason's looking at this as like, I'm keeping the rest of your team over that side.
I suppose.
You're not starting to come over towards the rest of me, but and there's only 3 victory points sitting over that side of the board for you.
Yeah.
So I've got some time to kind of regain control once these have gone. So the longer I keep you over there, the more thinking time I have, I guess, and the more clock advantage I generate. It's a lot of attack going in with no VPs coming out of it.
Very true. Seeing the Vet Rage dilemma here, where you constantly have to add up your dice and work things out.
It's a good roll.
For guys joining the stream a little bit later, it is a Scalpel matchup.
That's a good roll when you need 5s.
Wow. Two damage and a Momentous knockdown. If you have just joined the stream, you can use code TEAMSTREAM20 for 20% off Guild Ball at store.steamforged.com. But beware, on November 23rd there is a Black Friday sale, and you are more than welcome, and don't feel bad if you wait for that sale.
So Dirge goes down.
And that's
to
7
Corsair.
momentum for Jared, and puts Jared on 9 points. And now starting the work onto Casket. Momentous double push, and 2 down to 1. And hey, Casket.
Still got? Is he still got reanimate?
Yeah, he does. He's a nightmare to bring down with 17 tough hide, reanimate.
Yep.
Twos and 1. Momentous double push. I don't think he's going for the takeout. I think he's going for the, well, he is.
Off the pitch.
He's going for off the pitch. That's
I'm
easier.
not going to bother with your reanimate.
Yeah. Reanimate this.
Hasn't moved yet, but only has a 2-inch move, if that's remembered.
Nope, it is not.
Doesn't appear to have been.
Not light-footed, is he?
No.
Nope.
But we can go ahead and assume.
So on a wrap, 3 inches worth of pushes and 2 damage down to 1. Spends 1 to heal Corsair. Spends 2 to heal Hag, so she's back up to full. And then back. Gusset unsnaps. Scalpel snaps it. Charges Fathom. Presses the clock over. And Jared, with all his momentum in the world, decides defensive stance. Why not? It makes you harder.
Yep. So the question in from the chat from Nightan11 about a Black Friday code. There is no Black Friday code. Black Friday offers will be up on the 23rd of November. We have the TeamStream20 code for 20% off any Guild Ball stuff from store at store.steamforged.com. The Black Friday thing offers maybe cheaper than that 20% off code, so we don't want to kind of push you towards a code where there may be more savings along the line, but if you wish to use it and support us, please do.
So over there, it was just a couple of bits of damage pulling through, leaving Fathom on what looks like 3 health left.
I believe there is free shipping.
Momentous double push.
Sorry, I believe there is a free shipping over a certain amount, but I would assume that will say somewhere on the website as to what it is. I don't know that off the top of my head. But it does vary
on the currency you're paying
depending on currency and where it's going and stuff. But
look how far Casket travelled.
Yeah, he's gone quite a way. So that's the end of the turn. Full back.
I mean, I think you take CC initiative here to bring Casket. So Jason plays CC initiative to get a 4-inch dodge back.
Full back.
You go for full back? +1 attack onto Fathom.
+1, so go for the knees onto Fathom.
Yep, and CC initiative. I mean, it doesn't stop Casket going off at all.
No.
It just makes it
You've
more work.
also got the thing, if Fathom manages to survive, could then just do the
I mean, the thing
zip off 4 inches because within an inch of cover and then disappear again.
Not bothering with keeping Casket safe. I think I would like... Oh, I see why. Okay. So my thoughts were, if you have Casket dodge 4 inches back in, you force a choice of activation.
Not sure you do.
Do you go Fathom?
The advantage where it is, Jared can afford to spend an entire turn getting Casket off if need be.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think it really affects anything. The 7 points up. It ultimately boils down to the quicker Casket goes off the pitch, the quicker that blob can start to go towards the rest of the players to try and clean up that last VP. But if he needs to spend an entire turn doing it, he can spend an entire turn doing it. And I don't think it really changes the state at all, because Jason's still only really got one model to play around with down there. Yeah. The Kraken's a bait in my eyes. Like it's a good bait. It puts threat on that ball. But if he moves Kraken too far over there, that gives Jason kind of a platform to kind of reverses the state where there's then 2 fish in the middle of an entire Morts team, whereas it's been 2 Morts in the middle of an entire fish team. Kind of reverses the table state. Yeah,
I mean, the first activation here is Fathom goes, Fathom punches, generates momentum, dodges away, uses Windfinder. Well, hits a few more times, then uses Windfinder and sprints away. Yeah. And you lose access to all of them except Kraken.
Yeah. And Kraken can then survive any of these players and then shove them away or knock them down and then disappear.
So my thoughts were that the casket time shouldn't have been going into the Corsair and originally should have gone to Fathom.
Yeah, I believe it should have been saved until that early on.
I think you can take those 4 VPs wherever they come from quite happily.
Or if you know that your plan of action is to be bringing Corsair in, don't have the ball on a player.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, like, if that casket time had have gone off against Fathom as we thought it might have done in turn 1,
prevents the distraction, I guess.
Yeah, you get yourself to 4 rather than 2. You have the ball. When Jared then can't. Like if you just play and score, you're like, right, you can't score. You now have to kill.
Yeah. So Fathom is going first.
So attack 4 with rerolls, looking for 4s. There's the rerolls. So valuable. No momentum though. 1 damage. Attacking again. 1, 2, 3 rerolls. All of them. That's double dodge.
Which is nice. Can get so far away once the Wave Runner and Acrobatic come out, which I'm guessing they are now.
Yep. Has 1 momentum.
I mean, if you bother spending it to Wave Runner, you just heal up and then Acrobatics and walk.
Yeah, well, I was thinking you hit again, and then Wave Runner, Acrobatic walk. Same difference, right? No, running's better. Get the extra inch.
It's more like being able to weave a heal in there.
Yeah. Looking to steal the ball, actually.
Pass it to Kraken, 4-inch dodge over to the other side.
Yeah.
Can't catch me.
And Kraken, now he's a guy
who spends to dodge round to there.
I think that was a walk.
No.
Oh no, he spent
paid the one to do the dodge.
Attack 5 with rerolls, looking for 4s and 1. Needs that tackle on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tackle, double dodge. Oh no, armor.
Yeah. So tackle, goes for the pass.
Goes for the pass.
2 dice with a reroll, nails it.
And then takes the dodge.
Nicely played. Really nicely played. Fathom has been really impressive in this game so far, and Jared's use has been very good. The sacrificial pawn. But she hasn't actually moved yet, so now it's going to move away.
So since it's just moving up to engage,
to prevent the furious charge.
Yeah, really, really good play from Jared there. And with the way this game is going, it's safe to say he's going to get it into the finals. And with players like this, he deserves to be there.
I wouldn't be shocked if we see Corsair bump off of Casket.
Yeah, that's safe.
And then just camp the ball over there.
Yeah. So Jason there lamenting the re-rolls, allowing Jared to get everything he needed. He's like, oh, one of the things in Guild Ball that is certain is that the dice are uncertain. Your re-roll makes your stuff very reliable, and that's what their entire guild ethos
the same
is.
reason confidence. Like, as a Mortician's player, I'm assuming he's aware how good confidence is.
Yeah. 1 damage.
So Fathom has 2 health left.
1 damage.
Fathom has 1 health left.
Brings.
Does the voodoo strings to bring.
Just the extra dice, why not? Momentous. Momentous 2 with his kill. Puts Jason onto 4. Nothing that can be done here, really.
Even if the shot's missed, there's no one in position to do anything about it.
No. Spends 1 to second wind. Did Dirge come back on?
Yeah, is that Dirge down by this obstacle at
the
the bottom?
Yeah, yes.
A barrier, I think that one is actually.
Yeah, it's one of the big boys.
So is this
Jack with a battering ram.
Battering ram.
Then, Jason's accepted the game, so we said if you say that's within 2, that's within 2. I can't stop any of this.
Battering rammed off the pitch.
Puts Jared onto 11. Gains some momentum.
No, I think it's intelligent that he doesn't rush going for this goal.
No, doesn't need to.
I think you now set up your team's positioning so that if it's missed, you can recover.
Yeah. So, 7-inch jog easily in from Cossack there. Tries the lure, gets it. Do a part and blow a hag. You do it, you get the tackle.
Yep.
Yeah, takes a tackle.
And then tackles the ball on the part in below with hag. So my favourite is when someone tries to lure something and you're playing Brewers. You're like, yeah, I'll knock you down. Okay, yeah, it's not going as far as you wanted.
Yeah. Discussing coup de grace and pushed off the pitch. He's like, no, you don't get it because you have to be on the pitch. When you're off the pitch, you don't have a point to measure from. So
yeah.
So this is a hag just.
So hag moving over, drop the ball. Tentacles picks it up.
Yep.
Dirge goes clock past.
Takes it past to Corsair.
Goes for the
2 dice, 3s, gets it.
Gets it.
Takes a dodge.
And then I'm guessing we're going to see Corsair run up legendary.
Corsair legendary. To do what?
Does his legendary still give? Oh, his legendary changed. It's not the extra kick anymore. It's the quick drag thing, right?
Yeah.
Which we believe he did in turn 1 to get Dirge in the middle of that.
Yeah,
there wasn't a roll for it.
It didn't seem like there was a
he
roll.
Made, I believe,
6 attacks.
6 attacks. At the very least 5, which is more than the 4 you'd get if it was with a rolled drag.
So Jason here being like, I can't do anything. If I jog back, you just kill Hemlock and you get the kill.
I'm not sure if the pass was greedy. I think Corsair's quick enough to be able to
6 and 14 from there with a rough ground, and you've only got 1 momentum.
Yep.
So you can't glide. You can only move. You threaten the goal 12 inches. I think the pass was needed.
Yeah.
Why are some people saying that was greedy?
We've had someone thinking.
Oh, okay. No, definitely not. Midnight Offering herself. Oh, this is Veteran Hemlock. Jogs. Midnight Offering 6 forwards and going for a blind, I believe.
One would assume.
It's good to see Jason still finding ways to.
Does get the blind and then spells 1 to heal Hemlock, which I believe puts Hemlock on 7
health.
Boxes.
Kraken just moving up, attacking. Generate as much as momentum as possible.
Takes the momentous knockdown.
Well, again, needing 3s. And just double push.
Bring Kotsk
into
into base to base.
Last one. Another momentous double push. And Jason here. Not much he can do. He's just got to hope that the...
I think he's positioned pretty well for if the shot on goal is missed.
Yeah.
And he's also pretty well positioned if he can get that ball away. It does put Jared in a bit of a bind in terms of working out how to close the game out given the clock difference.
Yeah.
So it's good to see Jason still kind of playing for it, but with Fathom being down, Jared does still have get back in there as a +2/+2 move. So when Fathom comes back on, she can absolutely cruise across that pitch to get the coverage where it's needed, but it entirely depends. Like there isn't...
I think this,
players aren't positioned particularly well if Fathom goes in.
Yeah.
Players aren't positioned well to do much with it when the ball's back. So I still think there is a game here.
So this is a... So Corsair was out of range for the goal with the blind. 7 health left on Veteran Hemlock. Declares a glide and a charge. 10 dice on the charge goes down to 8 because the blind. Hemlock has defensive stance, I believe, if there was.
No
Jason said I will.
Counter-attacking because...
1 damage push. Jump in 1. So 6 health left. With 4 more swings, has to spike at least once a little bit.
Well, I don't think just the
just
bottom
average.
of this one, top of the next one is what he's going for at this point.
2 damage. So nothing on that one.
It's not on the floor yet. Takes the momentous
Wow.
knockdown.
1 more. Takes 2 damage.
Leaves Hemlock on 3.
3 health left. Oof. Oh, that was on Jason's clock. He forgot to flick it over.
Clock is paused. So
Jared's
assuming
playing
we'll see a fullback as a 5.
Yeah, there's not much here. Plays 3. Midfield general for the best he can. And Jason says, no, we need to play it out. We need to finish. You need to allocate. Dice are dice. So, Jason, no quitting here, which is what we like to see. Play it out.
Jason's like, no, we'd allocate out.
We'll allocate. Strange things have happened. Yes, you have 6 swings to do 3 damage, but dice are dice, and these aren't navigators, so you might not do it. Jason,
You'll always have that question of what if.
Exactly. And Jason saying, like, why would I quit? You might fail. Literally saying, like, I know the chance of this happening for me is like 1%, but that's better than guaranteed
I'm
loss.
intrigued at this point. Do you go for those 3 or do you style?
Style for the goal.
Oh, you wander off and go and bang the goal in instead. But you stay engaging the knockdown model. So you hit once, get the momentum, or hit twice, get the momentum. Go for the shot, and if you miss, just turn around and finish them off.
Yeah. That's what I like to see, just for style. For guys in chat,
Tech 6, needing 4s.
3 damage.
3
there you
damage.
go, done.
And down he
Well,
goes.
he tried.
So it's a really good
well
game.
played, Jared, for making it into the
Yes, so
World
Jared
Championship.
now locked his place into the World Championships, I believe, based on what Chat said earlier. That would be against Henry Kay, and Henry Kay is playing
Union, I believe. I believe it is Union. Yes, it is, because he talked about some weird tech with me earlier.
Okay, so he's playing Union. So that is basically a game for the fancy Obulus Trophy.
Yep, and that'll be coming up
LCQ
today
trophy.
at 4 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
So
40
in
minutes
about
time.
40 minutes time. Really good game.
Good game between 2 good players.
Fathom seemed really
Fathom
good.
did all the work he could there.
Very efficient play from Jared. Like, he didn't really seem to make a misstep as far as I could tell, and I just feel like there was too much fishing for the casket time early on and kind of cost big time.
Too much fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jared's flown over from America for this, so he must be absolutely thrilled to be making it into the World Championship.
Yeah. I would assume that's the main reason he came.
Yeah.
So we'll wrap that one up there. That was quite a long one.
Yeah.
Do one last plug for the code for those folks that are there. So it's down here. It's TeamStream20. Get you 20% off Guild Ball at store.steamforged.com.
Yep.
That'll be on all Guild Ball products. We will be running a Black Friday sale on the 23rd of November that may have larger discounts than 20%. If you wish to use it, please do so. It's valid for this weekend, but if you don't, that's fine. If you want to wait to see if the thing you're looking for is going to be cheaper when it comes to the 23rd of November and Black Friday.
Yep.
We shall leave you there. I'm going to go and eat some Stone Cold Pizza. And we'll see you at 3 o'clock.
Ciao.